Yeah, we have a human lie detector. It's nothing special.
The forthright plus observe plus my perception is amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna say that both of you can tell that he's lying. You both can tell he's lying.
Really, because what we have learned, it's happening around here much more often.
Yeah.
He's gonna drum his fingers against the door frame, and he's going to say in English, "Is that so?"
Yes. What do you do here, actually?
It's this thing called none of your damn business.
Understandable business.
Felix looks around the house. Do I get the feeling that this is a house of a wizard?
Absolutely.
Absolutely yes. 100% yes.
Felix glances back over at Michael and Celis. Where are they currently? They're a bit behind them, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Behind you guys.
Felix is just going to quickly glance back at them. He's going to, and without revealing anything towards them, he's just going to briefly pull out his wand and show it to Shiro before putting it away.
Seeing the wand, his eyes would light up, and he would move aside to let them through.
Thank you.
While you're doing this, your lizard familiar actually climbs up you and hops onto your shoulder. I'll let you name him if you ever specify his name. Hermes. Okay. Hermes hops up onto your shoulder, and Hermes is, I would say, do you have just one or multiple lizards?
I have multiple lizards. He's probably the largest, though.
I'm going to say he's the alpha, yes. And he is kind of the watchdog of your place. So he is eyeing these individuals very suspiciously with his eyes. Looks very not happy with your presence at all.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Felix says with nods and nods to Vienno and others. And he
I go inside.
Hermes, I was going to say, is staring right through Felix's soul with its eyes, like it's about to eat him.
Everything's just preying on Felix today.
Sounds about right.
It's right. Everything always goes after Felix. It's amazing.
Okay. Vienno is going to go inside, and what does Vienno actually see inside?
Yeah, what does he see?
The house is in pretty much every corner. You're gonna see some form of magical artifact and piles and very notes, ranging from what some of these do to where they're found to...
I think Vienno's about to get down on one knee and propose. I think he's about to propose.
He's like a kid in the candy store right now.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number.
Celeste is actually going to give Michael a look and just kind of give like a confirming nod of like, this is real. Just like letting him specifically know is like, yep.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Vienno's actually, right now, Vienno's speaking in Finnish completely, but in translation he says, so many magical items, so many different things.
Felix looks around a bit more calmly than Vienno. He's specifically looking for any sign of a ring.
Would it just be out in the open?
Yeah, it would be right out in the open because he was working on it.
Yes, right. And it looks almost identical to the one you saw with Vienno. Almost identical.
Do I know any specific details about it that differentiate it from Vienna's?
Roll a knowledge runes, please.
Could I use astronomy?
Astronomy. He
But
has
I-
astronomy.
Or astronomy.
Oh, I am trained in astronomy.
Yep, I
Yes.
remember that. That's why I reminded.
You as well, Vienno, can roll for this too. Roll advantage, please, for Vienno. What did you get?
Double sixes.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
That's double
That's
fours.
3 total.
Oh, double fives then. And that would be 15.
Okay. I'm going to say both of you will know this. So, they say that in astronomy, in your astronomy class, that each zodiac sign possesses some sort of magical ability, has some association with some sort of magical power. And with this sign in particular, you will recognize that this is the sign of Taurus, which is a sign of thriving and stability. You do know from your lore that the sign of Taurus is said to have time manipulation properties. Very different from a time turner per se. A time turner actually lets you travel back in time to do things and come back. It's not quite that powerful. But it has minor time manipulation abilities. And by minor, I mean the ability to redo like the last few seconds, which could be enough to undo a major decision or major action.
Oh, how compatible with
And,
Virgo would that be?
and out loud, in Finnish, he says, "The ring of Taurus." There's another one. Everything. Now everything he's saying is in Finnish. Before I say specifically, he's speaking in English, because he's really excited. He's talking in Finnish, his native language. So nobody is understanding him.
Sure.
You know, it's actually going straight to the ring.
He's okay. So this guy's going right to the ring that was on your table.
Forgive my friend. He is really into items such as this.
Forgive my friend, he's European.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, she is too. But
Would he be trying to pick up the ring?
No, he is right now just observing it from a distance.
he's
Anyway.
probably trying to snuggle with it at this point.
Felix turns to Shiro and says, my name is Felix Underwood. What's your name?
He's going to pull his gaze away from this guy who's messing with his stuff. And he's going to nod and just say Shiro.
Nice to meet you, Shiro. Are Silas and Michael still outside?
No, we came in.
No, they came in. They came in.
Sorry for the intrusion. We are here to investigate the occurrences, the unusual time discrepancies that have been appearing here. Many people are concerned. You can understand, right?
He would just kind of nonchalantly shrug and start making his way back to his work desk.
Now, Vienno's calming down a little bit and actually in English ask, "Where did you find this?" Talking about the ring.
He would nod, seeing your appreciation for the artifact, and explain to you about the dig site that he found it at. He would probably be speaking rather quickly, but in slightly broken English.
So you're an archaeologist then?
Of sorts. Does Michael have his gun anywhere in sight?
It would be like on his belt loop, but he's wearing a jacket. So I mean, but it's not buttoned, so it's possible.
I'm going to assume he doesn't see it at this point then.
One thing I will note is that guns is not something that wizards and witches typically use.
Yeah.
Because they don't use Muggle weapons.
Oh.
So
That's a Taurus sign. Pointing at the ring sign.
He would glance at it, kind of tilt his head, and goes, "Is that what that is?"
Yes, I studied these kind of things also, and I can recognize this sign as the sign of Taurus.
you're probably more familiar with the Chinese zodiac
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah, so you're more familiar with that.
So it would be what would that be a line up with?
With your double sixes, you know that Taurus is very compatible to itself, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn.
Oh, Virgo.
It is correct. You also know that it is relatively compatible to Aries, Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius,
All right.
and not compatible with everything else.
All right. Felix is a bit hesitant because Michael is in the room.
I don't see why that would make you nervous. No, I'm just kidding.
Same with me, because he really would like to talk about it, but he's being cautious about. That's why he's. Thankfully, he only when he's excited he speaks in Finnish.
Hey, Felix, Michael, can you check out outside to see if any more stuff is happening?
All right. I don't know when you became the boss, but
It's just a suggestion. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude.
it's fine.
I'm really sorry. Oh,
So we'll say Michael goes outside.
Yeah, Michael.
We'll say.
He'd go out.
Felix quickly turned to Shiro. Can I test something real quick with the ring?
He's going to pick it up and ask, "What does this test involve?"
I want to see if I may be able to use it. And I pull out my wand. I think I know how to use it.
He's going to think for a second. Who has the other ring, did you say?
I have it.
Yeah.
I have the other ring.
Would I be able to know that?
I don't think he. No, I keep my one very hidden because we have a
Okay.
Muggle with us, so it would be very hidden.
He's going to seem very hesitant for a moment.
I might be able to. I understand you've been hesitant about this. You found a really amazing artifact, and you want to figure out what it does, but you can't just trust anybody with it. So, I actually pull out my wand. Yes, I look at our. Yeah, names.
I'm just standing in a corner watching all this happen.
Vienno looks at Celeste and says, "Yeah, me too."
Jesus, how many wizards are working for Orion?
And I take out my ring.
Yes. So Shiro will see that there is a runic symbol that looks very similar to the Taurus one, but he will actually take the ring off of his wand, and it looks almost exactly like the one that you have, but with a different symbol.
When he sees the other ring, his eyes are going to light up, and he says, "You break mine, you give me yours."
What sign are you?
He would grin and he would say, "Fire rat."
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, that's not the zodiac I know. Would you know what it is? Looking at Felix.
Felix, you're gonna know that you're well, based on your knowledge of the zodiacs in China. Would you know much about the zodiac in China?
A bit. I know a fair bit about astronomy in general, but
You roll a double 6. I'm gonna say that the fire rat,
doesn't that correspond to a year?
it does correspond to a year, so you do need to know his date of birth.
What day were you born? Sorry for this very personal question. I know must be very weird for you.
February 29th.
He also
Oh,
needs to know your mother's maiden name.
Perfect.
Hmm.
This would work.
May I see the ring?
He's going to repeat, "You break mine, you give me yours," and he'll toss it over.
I give him mine.
Oh, I knew you were gonna give him a ring. You just have to get down on one knee first.
Cannot wait for the vlog.
Oh God,
This
no.
one.
And
Yes, Vienno liked it, so he wanted to put a ring on it.
So Felix is going to put the ring on his wand.
You put the ring on your wand, and you suddenly feel some energy coursing through you that comes from your wand and somehow binds to you. You just feel it, and you can sense a new power from within you, not coming from the wand, from within you personally. Something very definitely feels different about yourself.
First I'm feeling the boost to you. It was really interesting bringing for myself too.
Felix is feeling complicated feelings. He likes the feeling and he wants to keep the ring, but he doesn't want to just take it away from Shiro. He wants to. Okay, back in character. Look, Shiro, what would you be willing to do? What would you want if to have for the ring?
It would take him a moment to respond because he was studying
Right.
the other ring.
The other ring. It definitely looks, again, just like the other one, only with a different symbol on it.
And he would glance up and once again start drumming his fingers very quickly against his desk and ask, "What would you be willing to give?"
Oh boy. I can give you. This may seem out of nowhere, but I can give you a glimpse into the future. I know this may sound like very weak offer, but I can assure you my abilities are quite real. I am a seer, and I can show you, and I can reveal to you great things.
Before there's any more deals going on, can someone explain to me what the deal is about these rings? Because I am quite out of the loop.
He
To
would
be
have
honest-
completely forgotten that he was there. And when she starts
Sorry.
speaking.
Vienno would start to explain. We don't really know much ourselves, or myself. When I discovered that ring a long time ago, and apparently each ring corresponds to one sign in the zodiac, and depending on your compatibility with that sign, it grants you different abilities. With what we can guess, Charles one can give some sort of time manipulation, and mine grants me invisibility.
Interesting.
Would anything happen if Shiro were to put the ring on?
His wand?
He doesn't have a wand.
Oh, he doesn't have a wand. Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
You puts the ring on. Yeah, on your finger. You mean?
Yes. He said,
I'm
"I
assuming
do."
it's. Yeah, he'll put the ring on, but nothing will happen.
Okay.
Except your heart might flutter.
Okay.
Eye starts to look at you from a far off land.
Meanwhile,
No,
Michael
nothing
is just staring outside, confused.
Michael's doing a
check-
perimeter sweep.
I'm sorry. The ring works only if it's attached to a wand.
He would frown a bit and say, "That's unfortunate." And as his fingers start to drum a little bit faster on the desk, I think as his emotions and his excitement catches hold, some of the drawers would kind of fly open.
You guys can deduce based on that this person seems to be well versed in wandless magic.
Interesting.
Ah.
It's a very
Very
good
much so.
skill.
In any case, I can still offer you a divination in exchange. I could, if you want, I could give you some money, but I don't have a lot on me. I'm sorry.
He would immediately say he's not interested in monetary value.
Right.
He's more interested in finding out more of what happened throughout the ages.
What if I could give you into a glimpse of what you're looking for?
He would say, depending on what you show me, depends if you can have it.
Monsieur, I hope I'm very curious. Are your researchers are they a personal fascination, or do you work for the ministry?
He's going to say in a very, very serious voice, and throughout this entire conversation, you probably guess that he generally has a very, very excited nature, but when he starts to speak, the little glint in his eye kind of disappears. He says, "I'm here to make sure that the witch burnings won't ever happen again."
Let me. Felix is going to try and use his inner eye ability. Shiro, how would you like a prophecy?
He's going to look very interested, but he's not going to say anything.
Would that sate your need?
Yes.
All right. Felix is going to take a deep breath, and you try and vote his divinate visions and use his inner eye.
Okay, roll me.
Roll me d6. If I roll 1, then the ministry will get a copy of the prophecy. 2.
Barely blast.
Yeah.
Guys, I did my first sweep, but I'm gonna circle back around and just make
Way to go, leader! You are a true leader. We respect you so much.
I thought I saw something over there. I'm gonna go check it out.
This time he gets hit by the football.
Felix, you will try to do your inner eye, and you will go into a very, very deep trance. So much so that somehow your mind and vision, rather, gets intertwined with Shiro. So Shiro, you're gonna have this sudden out-of-body experience, almost like your soul from within gets magically like jumped out. I don't know if you ever saw Doctor Strange.
I did.
If you saw the movie. Okay, so you know how I forgot what the bald lady's name is, the ancient one or something.
yeah.
How she like can push somebody's soul out of their body. So think that sensation is what you get for a moment, and you hear these words. When the four reach the end of their game, and the curtain is about to be pulled, the fate of magic will come full circle.
Oh boy. Can we get that written down somewhere?
Yes, I will write it down.
Because that seems very important for meta reasons.
Not bad for coming that up in 30 seconds.
That was
And after that out-of-body experience, you return back, and everything is back to normal.
I think he would kind of stumble back into his table just from that. And he would, oh, when you go through a prophecy, you can't remember those, can you?
I can't. You probably
You
could.
can't, but you will. You'll remember it.
He will immediately start to scribble down what the prophecy was.
So none of the other characters will have heard.
Okay.
And Felix doesn't remember it, unfortunately. That prophecy, I'll let you decide what value it is to you, but it does sound important. If we're talking about the fate of magic, that does sound important.
His brow would furrow, and he's going to say, you can have it, but you need to promise that they won't happen again.
That the rewinds won't happen again?
That the witch burnings won't happen again.
Alright. I swear, I will not let the witch burnings happen again.
He nods and he will give you a handshake.
Takes it.
If I may, can I have my ring back?
He had pocketed it. And he would look, then look down, pull it out, and say, good thing I found this. You would have lost it.
Very much so. And if you ever want some help with your research, I would be more than happy to help.
He would greatly appreciate that.
I'm going to say that Michael will return.
Yeah, Felix has put away his wand with the minute he heard Michael coming up.
Same.
I'm going to say that while Michael was out, maybe one of the villagers like approached him and like asked to take his picture, because that's a white man in the middle of this village is probably unusual. And I have a lot of friends who have been to Asia who have been. I'm very serious. They are constantly asked to just have their picture taken with them. Again, it has happened.
One of my friends actually trained in Phuket, Thailand, for Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Nice.
Did that a similar thing happen?
He actually had his camera stolen by a monkey too.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Thank goodness Celeste wasn't out there. That would have been bad.
So, you guys, Michael will come back, and I think Saif will chime in and say, have you guys determined whether this person is a threat or not?
I am absolutely certain this person is not a threat.
I do want to ask, do I get this sounds, based on his kind of weird answer to me, is it possible he works with the ministry?
No.
Not at all. Okay. I think he is trustworthy.
I agree. His collection here is quite remarkable.
Michael has gotten nothing from this guy so far.
I don't think he's trustworthy.
I will say, with his research into magical items, he may be another good asset for Orion if he is willing to, if he wants to be.
That is a good question. Scythe will say.
He would raise his eyebrow. Orion? He asks.
I'll look to Michael.
You're the boss. You can explain it.
Right. So, this Orion thing. And he pulls out the spray and sprays him.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Ryan.
You don't need any more
Damn.
members. And I'm not doing any more perimeter checks.
Sense fail.
Well, at least Shiro still has that prophecy written down.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. He's going to be real upset when he can't find his ring later.
Oh yeah, no.
And now we will suddenly be left with this weird written down prophecy.
And now Vienno, next time he comes to work together with him, has to re-explain everything.
There's no context whatsoever. Like, what's my thing? What are these words?
So I
Who
wonder
are
what
you?
Hermes would do at that point.
Oh, that's a good point.
Big ass lizard's gonna. I don't know. I have one, and they're garbage disposals.
Wait, doesn't Shiro have a connection with the headmaster of the
He does.
Oh. This might end up getting it towards him.
I know it won't because he just sprayed me in the face.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, so did you just sprayed him?
Yeah, I said, so about this Orion thing, and I just said,
Nice. Yeah, I would think that the lizard will react to this because it might see that as some sort of a threat or attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it will attempt to pounce on Michael, but I don't know what Michael will do as a reaction to this lizard. You deduce it's because it's trying to defend its master, but
right. I mean, he's not, like, I don't think he would, like, oh, wait, it's on his back, wasn't it? Or his neck?
it was on his shoulder.
Oh.
Would the spray fit the lizard too?
I mean, you can aim it on the lizard if you want as well.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would make that
Okay.
connection that it's
Okay,
familiar.
sure.
But if it pounces
So-
on him, he's just gonna, like, I don't know. I guess he'd have to take it because he was like this, and then it jumps on
Yeah.
him.
I'm gonna say that it will pounce on you and try to like bite like an arm or something. And I will say it will be able to draw blood,
Okay.
but it will be able to draw blood and probably has torn your sleeve of your suit. What will you try to do to incapacitate this creature? What will you do?
Well, I guess he would try and, like, I don't know how it's big, right?
Yeah, it's about 3 feet long.
3 feet long.
I guess he would try and, like, wrap his, like, he'd kind of scrunch up, like, move his arms down and scrunch up so he grabs it with his legs and then try and pull away.
Roll me an animal handling,
Animal handling.
or what you think might be this system's version of animal handling. I don't know what
It's
that would
handle
be.
animal.
Handle
There's actually
animal.
a
Roll a
spell with it.
handle animal. Yes. Roll handle animal. If you're not trained in it, then you're just gonna have to roll with a penalty.
A 9?
Okay. I'm gonna say you will manage to at least get it off of you, but it still is going to try to attack you unless someone else
Can I
has
try
a
and
way
grab
of-
it?
Yeah. Roll in athletics.
Athletics.
Or handle animal, whatever's higher for you. Handle animal or athletics.
Oh gosh, let me actually. I don't have my athletics written down for some reason. Handle animals higher.
We have to make a friend, and now they're gone.
Oh, my friend.
14.
Okay.
I lost stories is
So
funny.
you'll be able to keep it held. It's just gonna keep trying to wriggle out of the way. But
And when I pull it up, I'm also going to cover my mouth so I don't smell blood.
okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna say since you have it like pinned or whatever, you'll be able to maybe like stash it in a room or something, like toss it in a room and shut the door or something. Something. And then what do you guys do? Do you just
Damn, that thing was
leave?
vicious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we got the time situation under control. We talked to him, and apparently there's not going to be any more time stuff happening.
Good. What about the rest of this stuff?
I would.
It's
Well, it's his research stuff. I
Yeah.
don't want to go grabbing his stuff,
yeah.
even though
Yeah.
even though I really want to.
I suggest we leave it for now. We maybe take a few pictures, but
If it's possible, it might be good to keep an eye on this place in case he brings up anything else.
yeah, we should keep an eye on this place.
Is it
Agreed.
magic? How much magic stuff is in here?
A lot.
A lot. I think a lot of this is magic, Michael.
And we're just gonna leave it here?
Well,
I don't think he's in any danger. I think he's just he's trying to prevent bad things from happening. Keep an eye on it, and if anything dangerous does come up, we can react quickly.
yeah.
He's a
Just because it's
researcher.
magic doesn't mean it's bad.
He's a researcher like me. He wants to learn. There's nothing bad about learning.
All right. I mean, you guys talked to him.
Yeah.
He seemed quite pleasant.
Yeah, he was cool good.
I'm going to miss this guy.
Michael, as you guys are getting ready to leave, you're going to start to feel dizzy and lightheaded.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to say anything, but I'm just mentioning it too that you do.
Nah, he's a man. He's not gonna say it.
He's not going to say anything. All right. You guys are going to make your way towards back to the airport again to get into your jet. We're going to say you just left the outskirts of town when all of a sudden Michael collapses.
Michael?
Oh dear.
Michael?
Did that lizard do something?
I'm gonna immediately check his pulse.
You're going to check his pulse. Roll me a knowledge medicine.
Medicine? Is there anything? First aid. There's a first aid skill.
First aid. Yeah, roll me first aid.
Double fives.
Okay. He still has a pulse. He's still breathing, but he looks very feverish and his face is discoloring. His face has a palish tint to it.
Does anyone know anything about those lizards? Are they poisonous?
Can I roll knowledge?
I'm gonna nod and say yes, Raz. This one is. When he feels threatened, this one is.
I'm going to roll my knowledge to see if I know anything.
Roll a knowledge magical beasts.
I don't. I just have knowledge, so.
Just knowledge.
That's 17.
17. You're not exactly sure what the lizard actually is, but you have a feeling that based on Michael's reaction to it, that he is venomous to some degree, probably out of self-defense. And Michael needs serious medical attention.
We need to get him to a hospital now.
Yes, let's go. And I'm actually gonna pick Michael up. Because I can.
Let's go.
Okay. Where are you going to take him?
Oh, we're gonna have...
Are you going to take him to a muggle doctor or a wizarding healer?
Oh, shit. And, you don't know if it's a magical beast or not?
He isn't sure, but he's guessing it is. Because it's a familiar, he's guessing it is.
Trying to figure out if I would have something, because I am, like, able to brew potions. I'm wondering if I'd have any components on me.
Probably not on you, I would
Alright.
honestly.
Yeah,
Probably not
I
on
figured.
you, honestly.
Where are we going to take him?
We may have to take him to a visiting hospital.
Yeah.
We need to release his memory.
All right. We need to take his gun and we need to act like he's a wizard.
Smart.
Okay. I'll take his gun, but I'll give him my wand. That way, if they search him, they have my wand.
Yeah. All right.
And this is the first time you guys have seen her wand.
All right.
Okay.
We have our cover story. Michael is a wizard, and we keep to that until we get back to Jet and back to headquarters.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where to find a wizarding hospital?
Can I make like an observation to see if I could notice where the signs of where the wizarding community would be?
Roll a knowledge language, since you don't know the language.
This language?
And Michael's the person who probably would be best equipped to translate stuff for
So,
you. Go
just
ahead.
roll language?
Yep.
Okay, that is a total of 11.
Okay. Total of 11. It's going to take some time. Michael, roll me 2d6s, please.
Oh god, if Michael dies by this.
You're muted.
I won't let him.
Oh, you may not let
I'm
him.
not gonna let him die.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Whoa.
So what did you get then?
10, yeah. Just
10,
Just
that's how
break
many
2d.
hit points you will have lost by the time you reach the hospital.
Oh, jeez.
like health.
Health.
Oh, I need to know your vitality. What's your vitality?
So, do you know how health works? So, it's different every time. So, how many hit points do you have?
I have 14 health.
14 health. So, what happens is you go down. Once you hit 0, then you go to the next wounded stage, and each stage is like your health. Okay, so every time you lose 14 health, you go down the next wound level.
Okay,
So
I'm healthy
right now you're healthy, but I'm gonna say technically because of the poison and you collapsed, you were dazed. So I'm gonna say you're actually on the dazed scale, and then you lost another 10 hit points. So you'll be officially injured. No, that doesn't make sense.
No.
I'm gonna say you were injured, because if you collapsed,
right?
I'm gonna say that you were at least injured. So now you're in the wounded level, which means all of your rolls will get a -5, but you're unconscious right now. And so every time, if you lost another 4 hit points, you'll be in the incapacitate stage, and then if you lose another 14 hit points after that, then you'll be near death. And if you'll lose another 14, then you'll be dead.
Okay.
So right now you are wounded. -10 out of 14.
My question for the vampire is while she's holding Michael, is she still covering her nose? Because he's still bleeding.
Oh yeah, he's still
She
bleeding.
is she's trying very hard to ignore the smell of blood, but even though she's strong, I imagine she needs both hands to carry him. Just because of size.
Me and Vienno could probably carry him.
I mean, Celeste
2
would have
people.
done it, and you guys don't know that she's struggling with the blood issue,
Fair
so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, Felix just focused all of his attention on finding the hospital.
All right. You will manage to eventually find what you believe is a wizarding. Well, yeah, within 11, you believe you found the wizarding healer, and you'll go over to. It's like a clinic of some sort, not like an actual hospital, but more of a clinic. And you'll see this Taiwanese man at the front, and at the front desk, and you'll see that they will bring the person in, and the person will try to speak to you in Taiwanese, and you will have no idea what they're saying.
We don't speak Taiwanese. English?
He just kind of gestures to the injured Michael, who looked pretty bad.
Okay, so you're you're not in a major city, so I'm gonna say that the likelihood of anyone being able to speak well enough English is slim. So they're going to try to take some time to communicate with you on what is the problem, which means Michael, roll me another 2d6.
Okay.
Roll good.
8.
No.
All right, you are now incapacitated level, -4 of the incapacitated level with an 8. And by that point, they will rush you to the intensive care unit to try to find some sort of antidote for your poison. And roll me a... I'm going to say stamina.
A stamina? Okay. An 11.
11?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Fortunately, the healers will be able to stabilize Michael, and they will allow you to just rest up a bit. Some of the doctors will again try to ask you questions about what happened, is what you can kind of deduce is what they're asking you, like what exactly happened.
I will try various other languages to see if any of them know those. Like, I know Mandarin, so
That will help.
Okay.
That will help.
I tried Japanese.
I'm going to go with the Mandarin
Gotcha.
one. So they'll at least be able to deduce, and they'll let you know. You can gather that they'll need him there for at least another day or so, just to make sure that the poison is completely out of his system.
All right, we need to stick with, and private. I tell the other two, we need to stick with him and make sure his cover story sticks.
I mean, I just thought of another one, but yes, we should also make sure the higher ups at Orion know something happened.
Yeah, I'll fill them in.
I'll stay with Michael and I'll let you know if anything changes.
Okay, Felix is going to step out and use his earpiece.
I'm going to assume that there's some sort of like waiting area for the other agents, and before Michael can have any visitors, is there any role playing that's happening amongst the other 3 agents right now? Now that the Muggle is not in the room.
Felix has been, for the past couple of minutes, just been staring at his wand, slowly turning it over in his hand, just staring at the where the ring is currently. We have to tell him. We have to tell him the truth. Now, that's...
It's actually not listening to you, or doesn't seem to notice that you're speaking. He's fiddling with something in his hand. He's fiddling with a wand, but not his wand.
It's a totally different wand.
Yes.
That you... I'm assuming Felix hasn't seen
No,
you...
no one has seen this wand.
Felix turns to will probably notice, and would he notice that isn't his usual wand?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
It actually looks like this is the same one from
Yes.
that other...
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to say that Felix can tell, and Celeste, it is a Death Eater's wand.
What did you get that?
What?
Long time ago. Well, I think it's not that long ago.
Was it a gift or did you take it?
Take it. I wouldn't take this otherwise.
Good.
All right, that is... We need to tell Michael the truth. Everything. He deserves it at this point. I mean, he's at a magic hospital right now. If we want to accomplish what we want to, I think he needs to know, and I think he needs to trust us.
Why are both of you here anyways? I know my reasons, but I only recently confirmed that you were both wizards.
My reason is pretty simple. I like muggles. I have always liked them. And I have been helping them with magic without them knowing it.
Felix speaks up and says, I want to make the world a better place. And I'm pretty convinced that the way the world is now, things are not going to get that much better. I think the world is split away from itself, and that we can't actually. I feel like this is a waiting room, right? So
Yeah.
So there are there people around?
I'm sure they're around, but I don't think they can hear your conversation necessarily.
Okay. My early childhood, I didn't even know I was a wizard. I was raised among muggles. I was in the foster care children. I didn't even know I was a wizard for a long while until I was until I was approaching about 8 or so. I lived among muggles. I lived in their society, and I had no idea until I was I was taken in by a squib who was able to identify what I was. And I realized, and I've lived a big chunk of my life. I lived among muggles. It was like, and it never really stopped being a part of my life. And I realized, and I've had. This is I'm rambling and I'm not really getting to my point, but I'm convinced that a lot of bad things happen because of the fact that the Muggle world and the Nomad world and the Magic world are so separate from each other, and that it can only cause problems in the future.
I didn't know we had that much in common.
Neither did I.
Why are you doing this?
Similar reasons. If muggles were more aware of the magical world, they could be protected from it. I was a muggle born. And the Ministry of Magic has been in power for so long. The same people, the same families, with the same thing the entire time. They're afraid of change.
It's
And
regressive.
so
It's regressive. It's nothing is changing. Nothing is thing.
it's not even regressive, it's stagnant.
Yeah.
And things need to change. And I believe Orion is a good way to do that, and not just for relations between muggles and wizards.
Yeah. Like, if things were stay the same, okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but never mind.
So the way I look at it, it's better if the muggles find out in a way where at least someone from the magical community is helping them. It might prevent another war that the ministry fears. Because then they won't be coming at it from a state of fear, but from a state of, we want to know more.
That's a good point. I feel the world is a much different place than the last world the war was. At least the Muggle world is.
I mean,
I think they could handle it, or at least they could handle a lot better than it was before.
muggles are much better at recognizing things than the wizarding community give them credit for.
Oh yes.
It's this kind of separation that creates things like the Dark Lord.
I completely agree on that point.
Yes, agreed.
Still, you want to tell Michael everything?
I feel like he is owed at least some explanation.
Obviously he already knows about me, and he's so far handled it quite well.
Oh, so he knows about you.
I outright said I could cast spells in front of all of you.
I feel like we should give him at least a good amount of information. Like, let's not overload him all at once, but at least explain who and what we are, and how big this magical world actually is.
He already knows a bit.
Well,
I explained about the ministry and some of the schools to him.
well, that's good.
He was
I
quite
should-
overwhelmed, so I recommend doing it in small doses.
That's fair.
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah. Another thing to think about is these rings. And he just looks at the Taurus symbol.
When you say that, Vienno is actually looking at the Death Eater wand again.
I wonder how many rings are there?
Wait. Is that where you
What?
got the ring? Vienno, is that where you got the ring?
Yes, it was attached to the Death Eater's wand.
Ah.
Hmm.
I see. So a Death Eater had it. Well, that's not good. Considering what this one could do and what that one could do, the fact that Death Eaters had rings or a ring is a very concerning thing.
And even if they knew, it's concerning as well as if they know more about them than us.
In either case, I should probably start figuring out how to use this one.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
And we could keep an eye out for any others we see in the future.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully once Mr. Bitewood is better, we can all go and handle things in a more private setting.
Yes.
One of the healers approaches your group and says, Mr. Brightwood can see visitors now.
All right.
He's just recently awake. He's a bit disoriented still, but if you'd like to see him, you may.
Thank you.
All right.
Shall we all
Thank
go
you
in at
very
once or one at a time?
I think he can handle all at once.
Perhaps leave off the telling him everything until a little bit later, though, if he's a bit hazy.
Yeah.
So, Michael, you're awake, but you're not 100% cognizant. I'd say you're still kind of hazy. I mean, as if you're feeling a little groggy. Your body aches quite a bit, but you no longer feel nauseous and sick, just very weak. And the nurse was checking just you over just to make sure you look fine, and she will say, Mr. Brightwood, you have visitors, and the three can enter the room if they'd like.
Right. We enter.
Hello,
Is-
Michael.
Is the room like a normal room?
So this is a wizarding version of a hospital. So yes and no. There might be some things hanging on the wall that are a little off, and like some things that I think there might be like a painting
Yeah.
that seems to be moving.
A moving painting or a moving picture or portrait.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe it's just the drugs.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The joy of being full of painkillers right now.
Yes.
Wizarding painkillers.
Wizarding potion that he doesn't know that he had.
Yeah.
Wizarding potion. Anyway, go ahead.
How are you feeling, Michael?
The room is spinning. There's three of you. That painting's moving.
Oh, that's actually happening.
Yes, I know. Everything is happening all at once.
No.
All five of you are speaking at once.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down like on his bed and just kind of put my hand on top of his. Monsieur Brightwood, you're gonna want to relax. Let's just say you're not gonna want to act too surprised here right now. Okay?
Act 2 surprised.
I told you about my world. You're in one of their hospitals. They can't know you're a muggle.
Ah,
Yes.
a wizarding hospital. I
Yes.
see. Is that why there's 3 of you and 5 of him?
No, that's the potion. But that is why the picture is moving and why it's full of candles and not fluorescent lighting.
Candles. Really sets the mood, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's like
Perhaps
it's
over
30.
a glass of wine, and maybe.
Out of character. I really want not to break the mood, but when you mentioned candles, I really wanted Michael to say, "Whoa, whoa."
So, that is where you are now. Those creatures that bit you was poisonous. They treated it. You're going to rest up and recover enough, and then we are going to head back to America.
I see. Are
I don't
all
know
the
how much-
hospitals like this?
More or less. A few different color changes.
Yeah, a good amount. Yeah.
Hmm. And when did you guys dye your hair?
I didn't.
That must be a very strong potion he's on.
Hmm.
Michael, please get some rest. I think you'll need it.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
Rest sounds
definitely.
good.
You'll feel better soon, and we will be on our way back home.
Good, good. And then he just passes out.
So, if I may make a recommendation, we could pick up the conversation like on the way home on the plane.
Assuming it's not bugged by Agent Zyph.
Yeah, make sure we're not being listened in by Agent Scythe.
I mean, when in doubt, we can always just talk in the restrooms. That thing's never bugged. If it is, then they have some serious explaining to do.
Michael has official control of turning on and turning off Agent Scythe on the plane. So you would have to talk to him about that.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we can pick this up in the plane.
Yes.
Yeah.